I've got an admission to make. My favorite thing about the holidays is the leftovers. Some people think that's weird, I don't care. I'm going to show you the absolute best way to use your leftovers. It's a very simple one, and it is an unbelievable panini, because I know you look at this stuff sometimes and you're like, what else can I do with it? I have a beautiful big loaf of focaccia. All I'm going to do here, I'm using my cordless electric knife. I'm just going to split that focaccia in half. The truth is you can use any kind of bread for this. I like using focaccia because it's airy, it's light, and it melts really beautifully when you stick it into a griddle pan. You want the bread, or the focaccia in this case, to be quite thin, so straight on through. You can use a normal serrated knife if you don't have a fancy cordless electric one like me. As pretty as all of this is, I'm going to cut it off. About the same thickness. I just want it to be nice and flat so that it grills really well. If I've cut this a little too thick, I'll just shave it down, because you want both pieces of bread to be pretty even. I feel like I can already read your questions. What do I do if I don't have fancy focaccia? Use the bread that you can get your hands on. The next thing that you do is you just start layering your leftovers, but before you do, you need one little addition, some melting cheese. I don't put too much, just a little bit on the bottom. And then I start layering up my leftovers. I'm gonna take some of that gorgeous stuff in, bring it on over, chop it up. I'm just gonna chop it up with my spoon. I'm putting this into a panini. There are so many delicious things that you can do. You're gonna end up with a really big high sandwich, but then we're gonna press it, right? Next, some mashed potatoes. Stick it on the other side of the bread and just spread it. Pretty much in between every single layer of leftover goes some cheese. If you got one of those thick cranberry sauces, this was a homemade one, you can just kind of break off little chunks of it, because they'll give you these sweet little pops as you eat the sandwich. So it doesn't have to be a perfect thin layer. You can actually have it in big old pieces. Again, more cheese, just like this. Then you get your turkey. Thinly sliced if you've got it. This is a little thick because it was pre-carved from Thanksgiving dinner, but a little thick. A little thinner will make it a little smoother, but it still works. You guessed it, one more layer of cheese. Now, the one thing I don't put in my sandwich is the gravy, because if you put the gravy in, it's gonna make it soggy, but we are gonna use the gravy, so stick around. You take this piece and you put it on that piece. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Look at the size of this sucker. Don't stress. This is going to get much thinner and much more compressed in just a moment. So next I take a big griddle pan like this, and you do need a nice big pan. You can even do it outside on the grill. A good amount of extra virgin olive oil straight over the top of your sandwich, and then a good amount of extra virgin olive oil in the bottom of the pan. You have it on a moderate heat, so I'm going to turn mine on to, let's call it a 5 out of 10. You might need a nice big turner. So get underneath your panini, bring it on over, and stick it into your grill pan. Some of this cheese is gonna fall out and it's gonna melt. Now, to squash this sandwich down, you need a grill press or something with a bit of weight to it, and you're just gonna press that down just like that. And that, my friends, is gonna be the most unbelievable use of your leftovers. Just wait for it. As your panini is starting to grill, that is starting to get pressed down. That's all starting to amalgamate, all those flavors. You can pick the whole pan up and stick it in the oven. I'm actually going to get a little color on the bottom. It's only been in for just a couple of minutes. Make sure that oil is running underneath that sandwich. And then what we do is we take the whole thing with that weight on, we drop it in the oven for about 5 minutes at a pretty low temperature, like 325. It's going to make sure that it's all melted and all cooked all the way through. If you could hear the rumbles coming out of my stomach right now, here's why. Look how it gets so melty. And I don't know if you can see in there, but it all just looks so delicious. Lift it up, bring it on over to your cutting board. Let me show you what it looks like underneath here. You ready? Oh, see how crispy and perfect that is? Any cheese that falls through the cracks actually caramelizes in the pan. Any of these little bits, stick it back on. And then, of course, the greatest panini of your life is just moments away. Moment of truth. So if you want to serve it with some arugula because you feel like you should, but I'm just going to serve it on the side And then, oh my goodness, yes, over the arugula. But the piece de la resistance is the leftover gravy. Oh man. The absolute best way to use your leftovers is right here. And thanks for watching. Now I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you want more, because I've got plenty to give you. All you have to do is subscribe.